Right, so usually when we give updates and follow-up videos on videos that have been posted on this channel, it's usually like a week or two after the situation's happened, or in some cases, like, I don't know, Lauren the Mortician, Illuminati, it could go on for months. But this time it's a bit different, because I haven't spoke about this situation for about 6 or 7 months, but there are a lot of new updates, some of which have happened just in the last couple of days. And it's a TattooGate situation, one of the biggest pieces of drama I think we covered last year. Now at this point I imagine most people probably know about this situation, but in case you don't, I'll try and give you the quickest recap possible. So it all started when this TikToker here, who I believe is called Courtney, her TikTok account name is Running Fox Lady, she actually posted a video talking about her experience with a tattoo artist. She wanted to get a tattoo similar to this is why she kind of got dubbed Fox Lady in the end, but as you can see, it's a fox, full body with the tail at the top of her arm. This is the tattoo that she wanted. She then did a consultation with a tattoo artist that she thought was going to be good, and they give her back this design right here, which is just not what she asked for. It isn't a design of a fox's full body, it's not positioned in the same way that she asked for, it's just completely different. Which, I mean, fair enough, the first design you get back might not be what you're actually after, you might have to change it. That happens, I mean, it is very different to what she asked for, which is very worrying. But the problem here is that this design cost $1,500. And to make matters worse, if she wanted to get another sketch, it was going to cost her upwards of $2,000. It was then revealed that this sketch, which is nothing like what she asked for, was actually just an image of Pinterest. She just copied it. Which makes sense why it was nothing like what she asked for, because she just took it from somewhere else. It was someone else's design.
She said that if I wanted another sketch, she was going to charge me the difference between option 1 and option number 2, which is $2,260.
I mean, can you imagine having the audacity to actually say that to somebody? I mean, to completely disregard what your client says and then offer them a design which is not what they asked for very clearly, and then you have the audacity to try and charge $2,000 for another design. It's mental. Now, Courtney goes on and talks more about her experience. She ends up getting charged even more money. Like, she loses out on a lot of money here. And this is where more and more people start coming out and talking about their experience with this tattoo artist. For example, we have MARKIE here, who talks about her experience, how she was basically scammed out of $4,000.
My story about how I was basically scammed out of $4,000 from this same artist.
I mean, it started to become very clear that this tattoo artist was doing this to a lot of people, probably a lot of people who didn't even make videos talking about their experience. And the artist in question is actually Lindsey Joseph, who actually learned these techniques from another tattoo artist who was running a course basically on how to scam people. Obviously, he didn't advertise it like that. But it was this structure where you would offer a design for a ridiculous amount of money, then if they wanted to change it, you would charge more money that was even more ridiculous. It was really dodgy. And I believe the last update we spoke about on a video was the fact that Lindsey Joseph actually threatened to sue MARKIE.
Guess who just got an email from Lindsey Joseph's lawyer? It's me. I'm the lucky one. It's me. So I've come to you, my TikTok family, for advice. Please help me. What should I do next? So just a quick summary of the letter that I received. Basically it's regarding false and defamatory statements posted on TikTok videos.
I mean, it just is the classic response to any TikTok videos at this point, isn't it? As soon as someone talks negative about you, defamation. Which obviously doesn't work here because people are just speaking about their experience with Lindsey Joseph, and unless they just flat out lied, which is hard to believe because so many people came out and said very similar stuff at this point, but unless they have just flat out lied, this defamation lawsuit is ridiculous.
By incorrectly asserting that she has engaged in dishonest business practices, scammed me and other clients for financial gain, and has had police complaints made against her. She's saying that my inaccurate and defamatory statements have and continue to cause significant harm to Ms. Joseph's reputation and business interests.
Yeah, I think she probably did that pretty well on her own, don't you? And the reason why I have even less sympathy than I ever would for Lindsey Joseph in this situation is because after this whole TikTok TattooGate situation went viral, whatever you want to call it, she carried on doing the same stuff. Because another TikToker called Teresa, or Torch and Tonic as they go by in TikTok, has also came out and spoke about their experience with Lindsey. So it's a slideshow of images, right? She starts off by showing the design that she wanted, which is like this watercolor tattoo design. And then she shows the design she's got. She says, haha, it's this, waves, and this looks nothing like the inspo image. And I mean, yeah, it definitely doesn't look like the inspo image, and in fact, on the original image, I swear she mentioned something about a sunset. Yeah, she said, what I wanted, design inspo sent to the tattoo artist, I wanted sunset colors on the top, not green. fine. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling to see where the sunset is here. Can someone help me out? She then goes on to say that I did say I loved it. I was in shock and panic, didn't know what else to say, do or act. Completely get that. I would probably do the same. The amount of times I've done that after a haircut that I didn't like is actually ridiculous. You know, you sat there, you're probably crying inside, but you say out loud, oh yeah, mate, it looks great. I paid $1,500 at this first session. Bloody hell, that is ridiculous. Now, actually, since my first video on this, I've actually got a few tattoos myself now, and I now know from my own experience that that is the most ridiculous pricing I think I've ever heard. And this isn't where it stops. That's not the full amount that she was charged for this tattoo, which is even more ridiculous. For 4 flower outlines and this, I got charged a reduced fee because she was on the phone while I sat there. I would love to know what the original fee was. Like, how much was it reduced by? Was it like 10 grand at first? This is after the second session. I mean, it's starting to look better. Definitely looks better than the first few images. God knows how much that one cost. I had messaged saying I needed her to add straight lines, which she replied she had planned on it, but this addition of 6 lines, I never said I wanted 6 lines or for them to be coloured. Doing this took the entire appointment. Okay, so apparently she never said that she wanted the 6 lines, she just wanted it. I mean, it does sound like she just kind of does whatever the fuck she wants at this point. This cost another $1,920. Like, where did she get these prices from? Imagine the stuff you could buy for the price of these tattoos, and if you are wanting to spend it on tattoos, imagine the tattoo you could get for this price. From literally any other artist, some incredible artist, you could literally get like a full sleeve for this, and yeah, I don't know how she comes up with these prices at all. This is it. I still have my deposit, which was $850. I asked for it to be refunded, seeing this isn't going to end with a completed tattoo. $850 gets me a little over 2 hours, apparently. She was willing to offer me 2 hours of free time to finish. I mean, isn't she just so kind? This is a $4,450 tattoo. Consolation's $180, deposit of $850, first appointment's $1,500, second appointment is $1,920. And that is for what? 3 outlines of flowers and then like this. This is what she considers 2 days worth of work. How is even 4 more hours supposed to get this finished? Yeah, I mean, that's a very good point, right? She offers 2 more hours to finish the tattoo and complete it. But this up until now took 2 days. So bearing that in mind, I would assume like 2 hours worth of work is like a couple of lines. And remember, this is after the whole TattooGate situation went viral. She was still doing this. Clearly didn't learn anything from it. I think it was very clear that she doesn't think she's doing anything wrong here. And yeah, she's still just going out and allegedly, in my opinion, potentially scamming people. But it does seem like maybe the scamming has potentially came to a stop, because I recently came across a video by Treacle Tats on YouTube, so big credit to her. She has spoke about this situation kind of from the start of like way more details than I ever could. So if you do want to see like a much more detailed version of this situation, I would definitely recommend that. But she actually went on to mention that Lindsey Joseph posted on Instagram saying that she's going to be shutting down the tattoo shop and she's going to stop tattooing people. Now the only problem here is as I'm recording this video, this post is now deleted, which might mean that just took this all back and it's a load of shite. Who knows? But let's actually go through the Instagram post here and see what she says. Lucid Tattoos will officially close January 31st, 2024. It would be impossible to express the heaviness of my devastation, but I wanted you all to know that I will be okay. Closing my studio and ending my career this way couldn't be any worse. Any tattoo artist or anyone in general who has ever created their own livelihood out of nothing but their own 2 hands and fire in their heart will appreciate how much it took to even open these doors in the first place. This is like having to pull the plug on my own baby, but here I am, plug in hand, and it's going to be okay. I haven't had much power in this situation. Bit of a mental sentence, isn't it? But if I'm on a sinking ship, then I will be the person the band still playing as the water pulls on my feet. What the fuck is she going on about? I mean, you had all the power in this situation. The whole reason why your business might have went down a bit of a negative route is because of your actions. I mean, it's funny how when it becomes public knowledge that you were charging a ridiculous amount for tattoos, completely unfinished tattoos, charging thousands of dollars for tattoos that people didn't even ask for, that might affect your tattoo business. But she does go on to say, for the month of February, I'll be offering free memorial tattoos for anyone who has lost a loved one they would like to connect with. Perhaps writing from a card, a small flower, or something else. A 1-hour time slot will be offered. The alternative offer is to make a heart connection with me. I prepared a watercolor heart or the word love in any font. I'm here to make this connection with you, to hear you and to pray with you. I mean, I hope she did follow through with this, obviously. It sounds like a very nice thing to do. You've got to give credit where credit's due. Of course, the Instagram post is now deleted. Maybe that's just because the shop has officially closed goes down now, so she deleted it. I don't know how long it was up for. My purpose here is to do something good for my community while I can. I'm doing what I can with what I have left. If you cannot understand that, please unfollow me and move along. Any tips received will be 100% donated to the Great Lakes Secondary School. This is a beautiful program started by a real-life angel I have been fortunate enough to tattoo recently. He and his students have started this program to aid mental health. They help families and people in need with rent, groceries, holiday gifts, and more. T-shirts and sweaters will also be available at the studio for purchase that read, "Don't judge my story by the chapter you walked in on," and "You matter" in different languages. Again, all very nice stuff. Hopefully she did actually follow through with this. This was only made possible by the generous donation of the studio space by Rick Murphy at D3 Artworks. I know this crushes him too, and he didn't hesitate for a moment when I asked. Please email so-and-so to schedule time. So again, apart from like the kind of the first paragraph where she's playing the victim for some reason, even though it was her own doing, this is a very nice thing to do, to give back to people, especially after what she had been doing, right? This is a very good step. But one thing that definitely isn't a good step is that 4 days ago, as I'm recording this, we actually got an update from Ree McHugh, the person who got like the cease and desist saying that she's going to be sued for defamation. Well, it turns out Lindsey is going through with this lawsuit.
Lindsey Joseph is officially suing me for defamation for over $2 million.
$2 million? Like, how did she work out these amounts? I mean, yeah, there is a possibility that Ree's video did do over $2 million worth of damages, because if just 2 clients stopped working with Lindsey, I could see it reaching that amount.
I will try to keep you updated here on TikTok, but just keep in mind it's probably going to be pretty limited, just because of the legalities and everything. So again, thank you all, and yeah, I guess wish me good luck.
Jesus, I can't believe she's actually going through this lawsuit. I don't see how she has a leg to stand on. Unless she has some proof that Ree has lied about all of this, which, again, I find hard to believe because so many people came out and said very similar stuff at this point. But unless she has concrete proof that Ree has completely lied about this and she is defaming her, I don't see how she could ever possibly win this lawsuit. I don't get it. I mean, can you imagine being Ree in this situation where you've allegedly been scammed for $4,000 and then all of a sudden you're in a $2 million lawsuit with the person who scammed you in the first place? Like, Lindsey really is trying to take everything at this point, isn't she? Ree also did make this follow-up video asking if anyone else had an experience with Lindsey who wants to come forward and kind of voice their experience.
Hey, this message is for anyone who has had a negative experience or interaction with Lindsey Joseph. If you could please try and reach out to me to share your experience, either via this platform or another platform, just for the future, I would just like to make those connections. Every little bit helps, and thank you so much.
I mean, look, hopefully people did message Ree who are willing to kind of voice their opinions, because it would really help out in this case. And again, I just can't see how Lindsey ever possibly wins this. It's very hard to prove defamation, especially if someone just voicing their opinion on their experience they had with you. It's very hard to prove defamation. But we know by now it is kind of the go-to thing to do when you've been criticized online, so I can't really say I'm surprised. But again, this was just 4 days ago. This is after Lindsey made this Instagram post, which seemed pretty positive overall, right? But she's still doing stuff like this. I don't really get it. But yeah, I mean, I wish Ree the best. I can't imagine how stressful this must be going through like a really big lawsuit, right? $2 million. Hopefully it all does go well. She seems to be in high spirits. But yeah, if we do hear more updates, I'll be sure to make another video. And yeah, I would also love to hear your opinions in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about in today's video. If you are new here, please do subscribe. Trying to reach 500,000 subscribers ever so slowly. And if you did like the video, leave a like, all that stuff. You know what to do, right? Bye.